Yo, what's up? Moki here. I had early access to Season 10 Emergence of Apex Legends. In this video I will go over what I encountered to give you a quick start guide to Season 10, so once you jump in, you are already prepared. I will be live on Twitch today after Season 10 has released, so maybe vibe a bit with us. Let's start with the new legend, Seer. Seer is a recon legend, which means his first ability is that he can scan survey beacons to reveal the next ring location. Even as a recon, he seems particularly focused on scouting and providing himself and his teammate with more information. In that regard, he fulfills a similar role to Bloodhound or Crypto. This starts with his passive, Heartseeker. While aiming down the sides, you get the heartbeats of enemies revealed to you that are within 75 meters. You do not need a weapon for that. If you ADS without one, you still get the passive. In one part, that is through an audio clue that gets louder based on how close you are to the enemy. The second part is a HUD feature that visualizes that same heartbeat. These yellow arrows reveal how many enemies there are and in which direction. Once the circle also turns yellow, you know that you are aiming directly at an enemy and that your tactical would hit them. Within 75 meters, this works through walls. Outside of 75 meters, you can still detect enemies you have line of sight to if you don't look at them. As far as I could tell, there's no range cutoff for that. So Seer makes it very easy to quickly scan an area to see if there's someone you could annoy with your charge rifle, even if they are 300 meters away. Also, your passive reaches 75 meters through walls, but the enemy can only start to hear it if you're closer than 25 meters. So try to get into the habit of learning where the 25 meter threshold is, so you can scan buildings without letting the enemy know that you're doing it. By the way, the 75 meter bubble is faintly visualized if you look closely. You can see this best at buildings or similar map geometry. So yellow arrows for enemies within 75 meters, blue arrows or stripes for enemies you have direct line of sight to outside of 75 meters. Which gets us to his tactical, which also has a reach of 75 meters. It is a mix of a Bloodhound scan with a Revenant silent and some quirks to how it functions differently. You can start by holding your tactical button. This also activates your passive. Then, once you release it, the activation takes about 2 seconds. During that time, the enemy can see that the Seer Tactical is being activated and can walk out of the cone of it. Once you are hit by it, your ability, healing or revive get interrupted and silenced for 1 second. You receive 10 damage, you are blinded for a few frames, and for 8 seconds your position and health bar are revealed to the entire team of the Seer that hit you. The 1 second silent means you can basically start whatever was interrupted immediately again, but still, getting hit by a Seer Tactical is pretty damn substantial. So if you can, you should definitely try to get out of it before it hits you. Imagine being 1 second away from finishing a Phoenix kit or a golden backpack res when a Seer Tactical hits you. Seer's ultimate is a huge dome of mini drones that lasts 25 seconds. He can throw that similar to Horizon's ultimate, and it can also be shot and destroyed in a similar way. This reveals everyone within that dome that moves fast while having contact with a surface. That might sound a bit specific, but let me explain. You get revealed if you fire your weapon, or you walk, sprint, jump, climb, bunny hop, or slide too fast. But you don't get revealed if you crouch walk, punch, throw grenades, use your abilities, or move fast while not touching the ground. So the core way to avoid being detected is to crouch walk. But if you crouch walk into a fast slide, it will reveal you. Grappling really fast, using Valkyrie's passive, or any other ability for that matter, does not reveal you. So you hopefully get why I say moving fast while having contact with a surface reveals you. While testing, Bloodhound's Tactical was the only ability that got revealed by Seer's ultimate. But I would speculate this to be a bug. Your playstyle with Seer will be to constantly use and spam your passive while walking around. Get into the habit of using it while you slide jump and overall maneuver around the map. As I showed, if you have line of sight to an enemy, you still get an indicator outside of 75 meters. So there's no reason to not constantly inspect 180 degrees in front of you. So Seer seems to be focused around gathering silent information until the shit hits the fan and you use the silent information you gathered to use your tactical and ultimate, which then make it very obvious to others that a Seer is in the vicinity. This leads me to believe that using Seer effectively will come down to a lot of game sense. He will definitely not be a super easy legend to use well. Your counterplay to Seer are very much the legends that are good at escaping. Pathfinder, Octane, Wraith, Valkyrie, Horizon. Or the ones that are about controlling space and playing defensive either way. I'm especially thinking of Caustic and Rampart here. But further than that, I can't really tell how Seer will fit into the meta. We only joined the servers in the preview event with 3 players, so we didn't get to experience actual gameplay. I have to say I really like Seer's design. How his abilities harmonize and build on top of each other is really cool. And his visual design and how it connects to his lore is dope as well. But he's not my kind of legend from a gameplay perspective. I wouldn't enjoy playing as him or against him. I could not tell if we will see him in high tier play or which impact he will have on the casual side of the game. That has to reveal itself over the next few weeks. So that is Seer. But what about other legend changes? The most noteworthy, Fuse's Knuckle Cluster now lasts twice as long, and enemies in his ultimate get highlighted, even through walls. Horizon now rises faster in her lift, Revenant has a new sound and visual indicator showing you that his shadow form is about to run out.
Oh yeah, it's got like a countdown.
And Caustic Gas now ticks up in steps of 2 indefinitely. Let's talk weapons and start of course with the Rampage, the new heavy ammo LMG. In my mind it fits somewhere between the 30-30 repeater and the Spitfire, with its damage of 28 per bullet and a slow fire rate of about 250 rounds per minute. With that it deals 120 damage per second, which is lower than the G7 Scout but higher than the 30-30 repeater. You can increase its fire rate to about 400 if you charge it up using a thermite. Then it deals 186 damage per second, which brings it slightly below the R301 and Flatline, but above the Volt. In that charged state it can also destroy doors. With a purple magazine holding 40 bullets, it has 1120 damage per magazine, which will be the highest damage per magazine in the game, with the care package Spitfire having 1045. I think in the right hands the Rampage could be a pretty powerful beast. Its unmatched capability to suppress will be new for Apex Legends. The second very interesting weapon change is of course Disruptor rounds coming back to the Alternator as a care package weapon. If you have been around for Season 2, you know this bad boy. If not, Disruptor rounds is a hop-up that increases the damage done to shields. When first introduced, that factor was 2.3 times the damage, which resulted in it doing 33 damage to shields and only 15 to flash. This was so broken that it got reduced 2 times to 1.7 and then 1.5 before Disruptor rounds was removed from the game and never returned. Till now. It now only does 1.4 times the damage to shields, with that resulting in doing 22 damage to shields and 16 to flash. This gives it 220 damage per second against shields. That's the highest in the game. And with red Evo shields now being a thing, the care package Alternator will be devastating in late game situations. The Spitfire is the second care package weapon for Season 10, simply getting the stats from Season 7 launch back. So 1 more damage, decreased hipfire spread and 5 more bullets in the magazine. The Prowler is the only weapon rotating out of the care packages. The triple take stays. The Prowler is getting a slight time increase between bursts from 0.2 to 0.24 seconds, and only the ability to burst, since the select fire Hopup is not part of Season 10. The EVA 8 got its fire rate increase with shotgun bolts decreased, and thank God for that. I don't have footage of it, but I would not be surprised if a purple bolt EVA only shoots as fast as a blue bolt now. The Ealr now takes energy mags and barrel stabilizers, and the glowing bullet visual effects got drastically reduced. Its hipfire got a bit worse, but I can still totally see it being a defining meta weapon of Season 10. Especially once you get it fully equipped, the amount of fire pressure with its reduced overheat effect could be substantial. A new Hopup is Boosted Loader, which gives the Wingman and Hemlock a faster reload and more ammo capacity if you reload it while it's nearly empty. Seeing 11 bullets in the Wingman's magazine together with a faster reload makes me excited to see what Wingman pros can do with it. It reminds me a bit of the Season 1 Wingman. One more weapon change I wanted to mention is that the reload speed decrease got moved from magazines to stocks, which means pistols no longer reload faster with a better magazine. They did get a buff to their handling speed, but I'm intrigued to see where the power level of the Wingman settles this season. Some additional small balance changes. The golden backpack res now has a different sound. The audio triggered by player landing impacts should be louder. The bug with the grapple sound sometimes continuously playing seems to be fixed. And you sadly can no longer charge up the trident by wedging a jump pad under a supply bin and driving the trident into it. The major map changes are the new points of interest Lava Siphon, Climatizer and Landslide, the new Sky hitbox since the Harvester stopped working, and I am excited about slingshotting off the new gondolas. Alright, that's it. I hope you have a fantastic start into Season 10 and that I can hopefully contribute to that. If you enjoyed, subscribe, vibe a bit with us on Twitch, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!